And when you feel like you care too much, I think where it gets sticky, at least for me, is when I feel like I'm the only one who cares. And that's when it's gotten dicey, because then I get really in my feelings about that.
Yeah.
This is the I'm Uncomfortable podcast, the podcast for people who want to be okay with being uncomfortable. We're your hosts, Vanessa
And Melissa.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the I'm Uncomfortable podcast. Today, we are going to talk about something that I think over the years has been deeply uncomfortable, but at least I personally have been able to kind of just get the fuck over it. And that is the idea of, why do I care more than you? Or just feeling like you care too much. So we're going to get into all of that in a little bit. But Melissa, I'd love for you to share what's been making you uncomfortable lately.
Well, some of my uncomfortable moments are just kind of frivolous, little minor things. This one feels a little deeper, just given things that have been happening this week in this god-awful country. I had to unfollow people for my mental health. I haven't done that in a long time. But,
like people like you know personally?
Yes and no. Like maybe at one point I've known them, and I do see their stories, and it's kind of nice to see what people are up to, even though you're not BFFs with everyone on your Instagram. But I just needed to unfollow some people because it was just making me angry, and I was like, well, I don't even really talk to these people on a regular basis.
I don't even know you.
I don't even know you. Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. So it felt a little weird. Like I was on their page and I was like, oh, I'm just going to unfollow. And then I hesitated for a little bit. And then I asked myself why. Muted.
Yeah.
Nah. Just unfollow.
Okay. We've had this conversation before about, you unfollow, do you mute, do you whatever, right? Yeah. For different reasons.
Yeah.
This one, I am so interested in, just the idea of, when I do that, am I closing myself off more to the opinions and perspectives of other people? But on the other hand, this is an account that I'm using for like personal relaxation and enjoyment, not necessarily to be like bombarded with the world's opinions. And I think you had mentioned having a second Instagram account purely for like world events, politics, blah blah blah, so that you can kind of like detach yourself. But then it's hard in this situation specifically because this is like an acquaintance, right? Yeah. So I don't have an answer. I'm just saying that this is this is a thing.
And those were all thoughts that I had. Okay. Like similar things. This is just a portion of what it means to even be on social media to begin with, like
also
and so I get that, but yes, which is why it was so uncomfortable, because I was going through all of these thought processes of it even worth it. The big question too for me was the fact that like, I don't want to essentially just be in my own echo chamber of things.
Exactly.
And granted, there are a lot of people in my feed that I'm still like, don't fully agree with what your stance is on things. But this person, I was like, it's fine.
It's fine. I don't really like the money way.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna like expose them on here.
No, you don't need to do that.
I'll tell you off camera.
Oh, do I know them?
No.
Oh,
but
okay. Still fun. Okay. That's fair. No, I mean, like, that's not that I'm dealing with it right now, but I think just in general, I've already talked about my mom and like her own political beliefs, and like, like Ross's dad has his own political beliefs, and they believe the things that they do for different reasons, and it's not always cut and dry, like black and white. Everyone's on the spectrum of beliefs, right? But it's hard because, like you said, while I don't want to be in an echo chamber, I also sometimes I just need a little break. I'm good actually. I do my part for society on a daily basis. I'm okay. Yeah.
And we are intelligent enough to do our own research and, educate ourselves to on the other side of, quote unquote, the aisle when it comes to these types of issues in our life. So,
I appreciate you saying that and thinking I'm educated. LOL. But it's not even that for me.
Just kidding.
For me, it's more like I'm fascinated by why people are driven to certain beliefs, whether they're factual or not, like whether they're grounded in any sense of reality.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about, like, why is this your perception of reality? Why, what has happened? Even for my own mom, it's a curiosity for me. But that's not what's been making me uncomfortable at all. What's been making me uncomfortable, I'm going to share this. I wasn't going to share it at first because it's kind of weird, but, like, I guess it's a not. We, a long time ago, had a interview with the founder of, or the co-founder of Riff Care. Those all natural, like, period products. And she had gifted us a set of her period panties, and I remember really loving them, and I still use them. And once my IUD is out, I'm gonna have to probably buy more because I'll have more heavier days. I'm already stressed about it, but that got me kind of thinking about, because we talked about underwear that was breathable and underwear that was good for you versus not. And I know that a lot of girlies out there, like myself, have those seamless, like, underwear, and the material isn't cotton. I don't know what the material is. But it doesn't make your body feel good. Like, at the end of the day, like, you're all musty. Like, it's just
that word musty, that's the accurate term for it, but I don't like it.
Right, but right?
Because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think we all do. Yeah. But that's the thing. And so I have been looking for better underwear. And I actually, and we're not sponsored by them, but I've been trying out Hoo Ha underwear, which, and they have, I don't even know, let me not butcher their entire platform, but the way that they've designed their underwear, one, feels really high quality, and, like, two, I find that it's not musty, and, like, I feel like I can breathe. But it's still seamless? Yeah, it's not. And so that's the uncomfortable part for me, is, like, I purchased recently, where is it? I purchased a pair of the seamless, but it's like a thong. And I'm like, I don't really love thongs as much as I used to. It's not an everyday thing. And if it's already a thong, I don't need it to be seamless. So I'm about to return those because I held it out and I was like, But the rest of them, like the boxers, like the shorts, like the cheeky, the high-waisted bikini, like, they're all pretty great. And I'm a fan. So, but it's just been a really interesting journey about my underwear, and I threw a lot out recently because I was like, this is gross. I don't actually want this fabric on my body anymore. I kept, like, one or two because I haven't found, like, a great seamless solution that isn't a thong. But yeah, if you have any recs, let me know, because I'm trying to be on this, like, vaginal health journey, I guess.
Dude,
of just
I was looking up wearing things that way.
Just wearing things that, like, make me feel better. Like, for example, I've been buying a lot of things from Quince lately because the material, the fabric, it just feels better. I don't know if it's real. Like, I don't know. I'm sure that everyone is horrible in some way or another when you get that big. But, like, the quality itself doesn't feel like Shein quality. And I don't feel as bad as I do or did when I was buying, like, Shein shit. Or, like, environment wise. So I'm just trying to get pieces that feel better.
Yeah, I'm curious because I'm always trying to look up. I have an app that is called Common something. I'll share it, but it provides, it's like a little inventory of different brands. I just opened it, where you could essentially search and, like, a topic, or, like, let's say I'm trying to buy shampoo and you want to see what the scores are. Like, they have scores for various brands on how well they do their sustainability practices, or if they even have sustainability. So there's this whole rubric. So I'm always trying to find brands that can help me lessen my carbon footprint. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I was looking up hoo-ha just now while you were talking about it. I've heard about it, but I hadn't, because for me, the underwear that I have, and I recently did like an overhaul as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because...
Should have talked about this sooner.
I know. But yeah, I use the underwear, I think it's just like normal briefs. Like I just have a bunch of like just normal bikini brief kinds. But the brand is called Packed, and they made with 100% cotton, biodegradable materials. So I appreciate it. It's like breathable. I don't like those seamless underwears either. Like I've had a couple too. I have one. I think I have one left in my drawer. Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't know, the just in case thing. Maybe I'll need this.
Like if there's an outfit I really want to wear and I don't want it, because like I hate a panty line, honestly, truly, and I know it doesn't really matter, but I don't like it. I don't like the look.
Personal preference, yeah.
So just, and I'm not trying to like freewheel it either. Like that's not very comfortable. So...
Apparently, I learned recently, this is a quick aside, that in Bridgerton times, I forget what era that specifically is, but they used to not wear underwear under their dresses at all. It wasn't part of their like...
I mean, they basically wore like 10 layers of clothes, so like... whatever, probably more comfortable for them anyways.
Can you imagine, like...
No.
Just in a carriage. Just... with all the stuff and just being free. And
I can, because you're wearing like 10 layers
of
skirts.
That's true. I just think I thought it was funny because I'm like, I guess I wouldn't have thought that.
No, I mean, like, did they wear... okay, this is going to be a whole other spiral. I'm like, did they wear underwear?
The history of undergarments.
Yeah, that's our next tune in. Sign on to our Patreon for our history on our fake Patreon that I keep advertising for our history of underwear. Anyways, let's pivot.
Let's dive into the actual topic of this.
Yeah, because we could talk about this all day. Yeah, so like I said in the beginning, we're going to be talking about this idea of why do we care so much? And I think when I was younger, I used to care a whole fucking lot, and as I've gotten older, I care a little bit less. But Melissa, what is your version of caring too much, and when does it come up for you, or when has it?
I agree with the statement that you said. I used to care a whole lot, and I still care more than the average person, I think. For a lot of things, but okay. It's definitely less than before. I have a little bit more space to just let go of things, a little bit more capacity to let go of things in my present version of myself than I did maybe like 5-10 years ago. So I think for me though, when that element comes up of caring a lot and maybe a little too much in some cases, is primarily when it comes to family. Okay. Yeah, and I think I've touched on some topics that may cross over with this, but when it comes to planning things for my family, whether it's like vacations or...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about this. You're the planner, and you've done a good job, I think, of taking on less, but that was not always your reality. Yeah. And again, I've learned to ask for help. I've learned to delegate. I've learned to, honestly, when it even comes to the implementation of whatever plan we put together, I've gotten to a better place where I can let go of it, knowing that it's not always gonna go perfectly to plan. Because that at one point I was like, no, it is hard to let go.
Everything must go to plan.
I know,
but that is not reality, and that's a stressful reality to try and like live by. It's not good for my mental health.
No, I can see that though, because do you sometimes feel like, well, if you don't care, or like if you let go, then okay, how do I phrase this? Like in the past when I have felt this way, and it's been to like plan an event or whatever, I kind of just think, okay, would you just be happy with it being shit then? Like, you're cool with it just, like, sucking? You're not going to step up, like, you're not going to... But then the thing is, you're not allowing other people to have that moment to step up and to do something or make it better. Yeah. But then part of it is trust, and trust is really hard for me, and I think for you,
I like
too.
that you brought that up, because it is about holding on to a sense of control at the
It
end of the day.
is.
Yeah.
And Jillian tells me all the time how much we all, but I specifically, very much like having control. And I think I've given up a lot of that over time. But ironically, I'm in very much a high control position right now. So, LOL.
LOL.
I did think about this in terms of like friendships. When I was
Yeah.
younger, I used to really get butthurt that people like weren't, in my opinion, right, making more of an effort to come together or to see me. And a lot of that was feeling insecure about whether I was a priority for people in their lives and not being okay with this idea that maybe friendships, come and go, or we don't have to talk all the time but can still be really good friends. And that was really hard for me, especially when I was in my early 20s. And so I would get really upset when I would feel like people weren't trying to reach out to me or talk to me, and feeling like I was always the one who had to organize things and like take a lead role in planning stuff. And
Yeah,
that was rough.
it's kind of going back to a similar question that you were posing earlier. It's like, if I don't do anything, if I don't reach out, if I don't try and plan a get together, will we just not have anything, like,
Maybe.
no connection? And maybe yeah. Maybe yeah.
Right. Maybe yeah.
But maybe no, you know?
Yeah. But the thing is, and because we were talking about like, well, what's the how to be okay with it part, and I joked, I was like, therapy. But actually,
Yeah.
through years of just growing personally and also some therapy, a large discussion of it was, can you just be okay with the fact that if you don't reach out and they don't reach out, it doesn't have to be that big of a deal? And I was like, no. But why? Because that meant for me, like, oh, you don't care about me, I'm not important. That sense of abandonment, almost, of you're not putting in this effort to talk to me, see me, hang out with me, therefore you don't care to have me in your life, I'm not important to you. And that was hard for me to stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that I felt too. And I know that it was, I think it had these kinds of things you learn as you go through different chapters of your life too. Because
That is true.
we grew up with each other.
Yeah.
Always pretty available, 5 to 10 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
And so going from that dynamic, and then you moving, all of us moving, we all ended up going our separate ways, in a sense, to go off to college. And that's hard when all of a sudden you have to manage and keep up with friends that are not so as readily available to you.
That
And
part.
the element of adding new friends to the mix that you're meeting in this new separate chapters that you guys are each having from your childhood friends. So, and we've had an episode similar where we talk about different types of friendships and relationships. And I think for me, part of that growth of kind of letting go, on that same note of friendships, was realizing too that I don't, like, if I don't plan something, I used to have that anxiety as well. If I don't plan something, or if I don't bring it up,
Yeah.
if nothing happens, then that might just be telling of what the situation
And that
is.
just might be it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But
And
that's
it's
so hard to
it's
accept.
hard. It's so hard. And also,
Because then you feel bad.
you feel bad, and you have to learn that it's not always personal, though. It's not
That
always
part. It's not.
It's not, because we would take it so deeply.
So deeply. I would be so
So
deeply
offended.
offended that you didn't think to like stop by and say hi while you were on
Or-
your trip.
Yeah, or for me it was like, I'm going out of my way to plan this thing for us, or like this trip or whatever it is, or like a get together, and I'm like, please guys, respond to me by this point so that I could book everything. I'm already booking everything. Like, let me, like, please just respect my time.
I just respond.
And people just don't respond sometimes. And
No.
I had to learn that it's not they're not on my time, you know what I mean? And it's not personal. They have other things going on sometimes.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they're just bad at responding, and you gotta be like, respond or you're done. You're done here.
Yeah.
You're not coming.
Yeah. But I had to learn to not be so deeply offended. About those things. Yeah, no, for real, yeah.
But yeah.
It's like, Melissa, you're caring a little too much.
A little too much. I can't even explain to you how hard it has been to let go of that notion and to just instead be honored and happy when people reach out. So like when Michael and Phil, because they be going all the time. They're everywhere all at once. But they, I guess, were coming up here for Pride, and they made it a point to reach out to their friends who live up here, including me. And so I was able to go out and meet them for dinner, and it was nice. And I was like, honored that they thought to reach out to me. But I think if they hadn't in the past, years ago, early 20s for sure, Vanessa would have been like, wow, you guys came all the way up here and you didn't even think to reach out to me for lunch or whatever. Yeah. Who cares why you're actually up here? Selfish. I just want you to come say hi to me because I want to feel special. And now, if they had done that same thing and not reached out to me, I don't think I would have been as offended. It's just, it just is growing and being okay with people having their own shit and not making it mean that you don't matter. Yeah. I don't know why it had to mean that I didn't matter. What a negative perception of it.
Yeah.
But it's just rough.
It is hard. I think, again, it goes back to wanting to, 1, feel special, 2, feel like you're in control, and 3, feel like this relationship, friendship, whatever it is, dynamic, is prioritized the way that you feel like it is should be.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
We always want to feel like a priority for someone else. And when you feel like you care too much, I think where it gets sticky, at least for me, is when I feel like I'm the only one who cares. And that's when it's gotten dicey, because then I get really in my feelings about that.
Yeah. Have you ever felt this way in a dating scenario?
Ooh.
Because we've talked about friendships, we've talked about family dynamics, but have you ever felt that way in a dating scenario? Because I have. And it led... I'm not with this person anymore, but like...
No way!
No way!
That's wild.
Breaking news. She's not with this person.
Well, tell us more.
Well, I the example that comes to mind is how I would, and you know this, I think I've told versions of this story.
I think you have. Like, I think I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I felt like I was the only one keeping this relationship together. And I would literally drive my junky ass car.
Yep.
Every weekend.
Yep.
To the San Fernando Valley.
Yep.
From the South Bay, if anyone is from Southern California knows that, in LA County. Like clockwork. Every weekend. And I was lying to my family about where I was going because I didn't feel secure enough to tell them about this person that we were dating, but not really dating because it was kind of a situationship.
Oh, yeah, because then you would have had to explain all of that.
Yeah, and so I felt like when I realized and snapped to my senses, and again, that was my time to learn the hard way, but I was literally bending over backwards and doing cartwheels for this person.
Yeah.
To feel some sense of, 1, control of the relationship, because I knew deep down that it wasn't working. And so I compensated because I wasn't feeling like I was being prioritized. So I was over prioritizing this individual.
Right.
And
how ironic is that?
125% of me into
it.
Into
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think I have felt like that twice in two different scenarios, and one was very pig-headed of me. It was
Interesting word.
yeah, well,
Vocab.
I'm educated. But in high school, transitioning into college, the person I was dating, we just had different paths towards our futures, and neither one was better. But I was raised to believe that what I was doing was the way you were supposed to do it. And I didn't feel like he had a plan for what he wanted to do. Which, looking back now, yeah, that's fine. We're
Literal
babies.
children.
Right. It's okay. But I had a plan. Or at least I thought I had a plan. And so from my fake high horse up here, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to be the best person that I can be for me and for us. I don't understand why you don't have a plan. Like, what are you even trying to do with your life? Like, because I was, well, now to be fair to me, I was also thinking that I was going to be married by 25 with children by 27. So when we're 20, it feels like I only have a couple of years to figure it out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we weren't even 20, we were like 18. 18.
My God.
I'm
amount
offended.
Of pressure we've put on ourselves, like our past selves. Like,
yeah, I'm offended
so
now by that.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for her.
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
18-year-old Vanessa was really trying to get her shit together now so she could have the rest of the things that she was supposed to have by the time she turned 25. Just, what? Like, how insane. It feels so dumb now that I'm talking about it. I had so much fun at 25 and I wasn't married. Anyway.
The perceptions that we've all...
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, why aren't you trying hard enough? I feel like I'm putting everything I have into this and into doing what is supposed to be done for the future. I was like, if we're going to get married one day, which also looking back, wow. It was a lot of pressure. And so I was applying that in that situation and that obviously did not work out because I over stressed, I think, the whole thing. And and of course he's great now. Like, he's living. I'm living. Everything's fine. Like, we're both happy, healthy people. I didn't have to do all that. But yeah. So yes, I think in a way I did apply that sense of I care more than you, but it was not real. It was a perceived I care more than you. Yours, though, I do feel like you cared more. But I don't know if it was that you cared more about him. I think it was more that you cared more about what you were trying to figure out.
I cared a lot about the hanging on to the idea that it was working.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
But that's what I'm saying. It was not him. You were, because like the harder that you held on to the idea that it was working, the more you didn't have to confront the reality that it really wasn't. And that's a hard reality to accept, especially after, what was it, like a year at that point? More?
A year. Yeah. I think it was like about a year where I was like, hang on there, mister.
Right. A year is a long time to be putting so much effort into a situation that is literally just a situation and not anything else. Yeah.
But you live and you learn.
I will say though, and we've talked about like outgrowing people, places, roles. Sometimes when you let go and the other person doesn't pick up,
like the ... Like, maybe it's like it's a sign of the times.
Okay, and then this is what was hard for me. It was hard for me to accept that, one, because then it felt like, was I lying to myself all along? And this was not a two-sided, two-way friendship? Or the second part is, it's hard to accept that maybe they can't pick up right now, but could pick up later. It doesn't have to mean that it's donezo, but in my mind, it was very black and white. Like, if you don't put in the effort, we're done here.
Yeah.
You're donezo.
You're donezo. That
was hard. It's even hard to say. It's hard to accept now, even when I think about it, but it's easier to live in that limbo and reality the older we've gotten, just 'cause we have so many competing priorities. Like, I went to go text producer Liz the other day, and I saw 4 different messages, 2 of which were voice notes. All of them were so kind and like just hoping that I was doing okay, but I've been so swamped with work. Like I texted you the other day and I was like, it's 7 p.m. I've been here since 7 in the morning.
And
like,
I am on the same thing where I was like, oh shoot, I thought I responded to these emails.
Right. But see,
I mean,
but
these
like,
emails, these texts.
It's not personal. And like, God forbid that producer Liz would take that as a sign of me not caring. Like, that's so not even true. So far from the truth. It's just that right now I'm like,
the brain capacity is focusing so much on getting through the current thing that's in front of you.
Correct. And it's like, okay, like when I get a break, I promise I'll reply, and I do. But yeah, that wasn't always true, and I would take it so personally if I was Liz back in the day. I
think that might be part of the how to be okay with it in this case, because I think a lot of the times we feel things so deeply, and that's completely okay. But I think we need to reflect a little bit and not
and not
and just not. I'm laughing because my boyfriend says that to me. Like, I'm like, oh my god, my back hurts. Like, can you just not? Like, in a joking way, obviously. And he's like, did that fix it? And I was like, no, it didn't.
So actually, I'm so much better.
And he's like, darn it, I thought it would work. But no, I think what I'm trying to get at here is that it's not always about you. Maybe.
No, but it's not.
It's not. It's not. It's really not. Vanessa didn't respond to those text messages because she's literally fighting for her life.
My nail is proof of that.
But I think when you realize that, like, as adults, as like continuously maturing and learning and growing adults, it really is not about you.
No.
We're not trying to offend you on purpose. And if we are offending you,
sorry. Okay, but if it is about you and the other person isn't saying it, then that's also fucked up. Like, just say it. Just say the thing. Right? Like, I
heard I wrote down a quote that kind of speaks to that, and I thought it was very insightful. And
okay, let's hear it.
It was called. It says, clarity is kindness. So I think in the case of, like, let's say for producer Liz, you not responding to her text messages. Yeah. You responding and saying, like, oh my gosh, hey, love you, whatever, I will respond to this. Yeah. And just like that small little sentence of reassurance.
Yeah.
That it's not about you, it's me.
It's me, and I'm so sorry. I want to focus on you, and I want to focus on me, and I can't even do that. I'm focusing on the children.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But no, that's fair. And if you are kind of in the situation with your family, your friends, this dynamic where you feel like you're the one that cares more or the most, my challenge to you is to let go. Like, I used to be really heavy-handed in planning, like, trips. I retired in the party planning after my 30th. I was like, I can't keep doing this anymore. It's actually just too stressful. Because I really loved getting everyone together, but dear Lord, was it so freaking stressful.
Especially because you're so popular and you have, like, so many friends to, like, coordinate.
I can't with you. I just really, everyone there is the only people I know. Everyone, like, if everyone in that room, like, that's it. That's my entire life, though. Okay, sorry, but like, and no, it's fine. But like, I was like, okay, and like, people will still invite me to things, and if I can make it, I will make it. I used to try to like bend over backwards to fly down to LA for every single little thing, and it did bring me joy, but also it was stressful and expensive. So I've had to just appreciate the reaching out. That part means the most to me, is the reach out. But then also like New Year's, right? We had that whole debacle about planning my New Year's trips, and I actually was like, like, I give up for now. I actually can't even plan anymore. Clearly, I just need to take a step back and reevaluate. And we're still going. It's different now, and that's great that it's different now. We're going to Miami this year. I haven't bought my plane ticket yet, so that's quite stressful. But like, people will plan, people will provide it. I don't have to do any of it or all of it. I can live, I can contribute where I can. And it's nice to be in that headspace now, but it took lots of therapy to get there. So,
I feel you all on that.
Melissa's taken a step back in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, I still need to work on it, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
We're letting go one step at a time. So if that's you, just know that it is uncomfortable. Just let go of maybe even like one aspect. Just a little bit.
Yeah, what can you... Okay, here's the challenge. What can you let go of today?
That's
just
good.
today. Just today.
What can you let go of controlling today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel good. So
it might.
You might.
And it really might not, but it's good for your development. So you should...
To have that thought process to begin with. Is a good exercise of your brain. So
I agree. So go do it. That's your homework.
All right, you go off and do that. That's teacher principal Vanessa gave us homework. So with that, go get doing your homework, and we will see you next week. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Share with us what you are letting go of. Via our DMs. And if you haven't already, and if you are already thinking about shopping for the holidays, we have merch.
We do.
We have I'm Uncomfortable merch. It's your way. Maybe you could wear that at your next family holiday party that is coming up, to just wear that sweater.
Yeah. And like, don't talk to me. I'm uncomfortable.
So while season 11 is going on, everything's 11% off for season 11.
Yeah.
So go and shop.
Take advantage of the sale.
All of the links will be in the descriptions, link in our bio, all that jazz, and we will see you next week. Bye. Want more of the I'm Uncomfortable podcast? Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at I'mUncomfortable.podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Facebook group, the I'm Uncomfortable Club, to gain early access to our episodes and exclusive content. We're available wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.